We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you some breaking news. There's been reports all over the area of something crazy going on, something big. People's homes, their minds even, are being taken over by something called, what is it they're calling it? They're calling it Bad Movie Debate.
What up, nerds? It's me, Jacob Bad, back for Bad Movie Debate. We're doing Mission Impossible still. Had to take a little bit of a break. A tree fell on my house. Everything's fine. And, you know, that kind of causes a lot of distractions. And you kind of, some stuff gets pushed to the side. So that's fine. We're not on schedule as much as we wanted. But today, Justin and I are going to be talking about Mission Impossible 5, 6, and 7 instead of how we were originally going to do it. So we're going to talk about that one real quick, and then we're going to go see the next one, and then there'll be another episode about the final one, and we'll only talk about the final one, and I guess like the series as a whole in that one. So say hello, Justin.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? What's up, brothers and sisters?
There you go. So yeah, what do you think? So we'll start with 5.
Yes.
Let me get my little money stat. So we have Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. Made worldwide 682, rounding up 683 million.
Okay, is that
worldwide?
Is that the most so far?
That is the Ghost Protocol made more.
Okay,
Ghost Protocol was at 695, so that made more, and it only cost. Yeah, that one made a bunch more because Ghost Protocol cost 145 to make, and made more, and then 150. It was 150 to make Rogue Nation, and it made like about 10.
These are relatively
less.
cheap stats. I mean, cheap like budget costs.
This is Wikipedia.
In the grand scheme of things, I mean, I guess most of it's like paying Tom Cruise because you don't have to do a lot of CGI work because he does his own stunts.
I mean, they've made total. The entire franchise has made just over $4 billion.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, it's doing fine.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know,
500 million a year.
Yeah.
I wonder what this was at so far. I guess.
So this one,
we'll get into it.
Actually, the stat is already on there.
Okay.
It has updated since the last time I looked at this page with like. Since May 23rd when it came out.
Opening weekend.
Yeah, basically opening weekend, two weekends, and stuff. And it's on track to do just fine.
Okay.
I can tell you that. So, but this one also did cost the most out of everything. It says 300/400 million budget. So
has it passed that yet?
It is very close to breaking even already.
Okay.
And we're about to contribute to that.
Exactly.
Granted, we're only each spinning a ticket. But,
exactly. But maybe at the end of this, I mean, maybe when we come for the podcast tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
This one probably like. I guess people found out that Jeremy Renner was in another fucking Mission Impossible movie. So like, yo, this one can't be.
Yeah, like, come on, man.
I can't go to the sad story again.
Oh, God. I mean, okay. So going to Rogue Nation, he was a little better in this one because he wasn't in it as much.
Yeah, exactly. It was not. They
was hardly there.
I mean, it kindly like substituted Alec Baldwin out for Jeremy Renner's character, and. It's still a little bit better.
He played an important role, and the role was better. Again, a lot of it could be because he just literally wasn't in the movie as much this time. So that's great.
Yeah.
So big ups.
I wonder if what
one.
they were trying to do with Jeremy Renner, because maybe they were getting through contract talks with Tom Cruise, as they wanted Jeremy Renner to be the new Tom Cruise, and they realized
there's no fucking way.
There was no way that he
could
possibly take that role over.
There's no fucking way that would ever fly, ever.
I was like, I wouldn't stop watching Mr. Impossible. We wouldn't be here right now.
We wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be doing this. And now that this is Tom Cruise's final one, they say the final one. It's just Tom Cruise's final one. They'll get some young hotshot to take over.
Honestly, I think it'll be Tom Cruise's, Luther's, and Benji's last one. I'll say.
It's all this like main like team. It's all their last ones for sure. If they, I think in the next like 5 to 6 years. They'll bring it back. Tom Cruise producing, and like just producing behind the scenes kind of stuff. But then they'll get some like I don't know, like the first name, like Jacob Elordi, like some like younger guy who could do it.
I guarantee they probably introduced somebody in this movie to
maybe. Yeah, I have a buddy who went and saw it like the Thursday night at work. He's a big Mission Impossible fan, and no spoilers. He was like, it's good. He did say that he liked these last three more than this last one.
Okay.
But he also had very high expectations because he said like these last three, like this run of 5, 6, and 7 is nuts. And so, and I agree with that. But you came in and said, you know what? Rogue Nation's kind of mid. You said second to last.
Rogue Nation's definitely the best case scenario, the third worst Mission Impossible movie. Second's the worst, still the worst.
Yes.
I just think this one is it drags on for so long just to have very good scenes. Like the peak scenes are very good. I mean, but like the underwater, getting the mission key.
Yeah, he has to hold his breath for 2 minutes, and then it all goes funky as always.
And
like, awesome.
And it reboots. And he has to get out. Or
and then
get
she
back
gets in. She goes in to save him. Ilsa goes in to save him and stuff. Like that's awesome.
Ilsa Falsa's character is great. And
she's a phenomenal.
To be honest, the next 3 movies, I think she's probably the second best character.
Yeah, she holds a lot. She holds a lot of weight to like because he like. Seemingly, he's like falling in love with her. Yes. You know, like they're like kind of falling in love with each other.
He has some type of attachment because I think she looks like Rachel.
Yeah, she does look like Rachel a lot. Which so there's going to be some, or no, not Rachel. Julie. Looks like Julie a lot, and so he's gonna, he has those kind of feeling stuff. But then they also like. It's like someone he could actually like live his life with. Yes. Like they both do this kind of thing, being avowed, being disavowed, like saving the world and like doing all this stuff. Like they could make that work, So, yeah.
I just thought the fifth one was just like, I don't know. It seemed like it was setting up for something, and then it just ended with Alec Baldwin taking over MI6 or Mission Impossible Force.
I mean, I don't know. I felt like it was definitely more entertaining to me than Ghost Protocol.
See, that's wild.
Like I thought it was better than Ghost Protocol for sure because it's like I really like Solomon too. Like I like the villain.
Yeah, Solomon I would say is a great touch point on it.
Scary.
Because like he gets in Ethan's head, and that's the main.
Yeah, he really fucks with him. That scene, the cafe scene at the end. Where Ilsa's, she's still playing her part with Solomon and stuff, and Benji's got the bomb and stuff. Because like cutting to Dead Reckoning and stuff, like what he says to Grace, like he's like, I can't promise I'll keep you safe, but I promise I'll put your life before mine and stuff. Like you see that in Rogue Nation with that scene. He's like, if you kill us right now, if you kill Benji, like I'm the only one who could tell you, like I deleted the file, I memorized everything, like let him go or we're done, like this is just we're done here and you'll never know and you're fucked and everything. And like he puts everything on the line to get Benji safe and like away as soon as possible and stuff, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Ethan Hunt is a great character.
Yeah, and that's an awesome scene in this movie.
Yes, but like
we didn't get anything like that in Ghost Protocol. Nothing as lit as that.
Nothing is lit, the suspense of it, but like to be honest, I think these movies, like starting with the third one, only build on top of each other, and I don't think this one gave us anything except for Ilsa Faust and Solomon for the next movie. For the next
they build on each other. And the next one's even better. Yes. Like I don't understand.
The next one, I think. Here's the thing. I think the next one, 6 is a better version of 5, though, and that's why I think it underwashes 5 because 6 is the ultimation of all these characters.
They could have ended at 6.
Yes,
and I would have been happy.
started with. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
I think 6 could have been the last one. Easily.
Dead Reckoning is good.
Dead Reckoning is a great. It's
good, but
6 had like
it's so perfect.
It tied up so many loose ends. Ilsa Faust was finally free at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. We see Julie again.
Yeah, exactly. We see Julie,
and she's happy, and he's happy for her,
and she contributes a little bit to it as well.
Yeah, and she like does work. Her and Luther have the scene, like they're working together and stuff. Like she's not just like in the background, like at the very end.
Yeah, everybody pretty much survives.
Yeah,
they still does Solomon die at the end of?
No? I think they kill him. I think Ilsa kills him.
I thought she just choked him out. I mean, because I think it was just with the rope.
Yeah, I don't remember if she just full blown, if like, I don't know.
I believe he's alive.
I'm blanking, but I can't. Either she just ends it and Benji's like, oh well, like I don't know. I genuinely cannot remember right now.
I was like, it's been. That's why I can't remember why. I just like I remember
it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Since I watched that one. Yeah.
5 and 6 right after we finished shooting 3 and 4 pod.
Yeah.
And I just remember having so much, like, I watched both of them back to back. Just not liking the 5th one nearly as much as like the 6th one, which we can kind of segue into the 6th one. Henry Cavill was such an interesting character. And I think it was so necessary.
He's so good.
So necessary.
He's so good.
And like the twist to where he is the bad guy towards the end of it was played so well and resonated so well. And I instantly went from slightly liking this guy that even though thinking he's a douchebag, but still liking him to being absolutely hating this dickbag because.
Oh, Austin had never seen that one. She watched that one with me and she immediately was like, so Henry Cavill's a bad guy, right? And I was like, I don't know. She hasn't seen like probably any of the other ones and stuff, but she was like, so he's a bad guy, right? And I was like, I mean, yeah, but like, just watch.
I would like to say probably the one we're going to watch tonight and 6 are the only ones that you have to watch other movies to kind of understand where it's coming from. Yeah,
6 has a lot of like, because at the end it's like, oh, that's his wife, and it's like, yeah, that's his wife. Like the 3rd one's all about it, like and stuff. So. Yeah, you'll miss those impactful moments of like why it's such a big deal and everything,
especially with the wire.
Yeah, but yeah, and then 6, you got Angela Bassett in there too.
Yes, Angela Bassett just
she
fucking
awesome.
ass, being a boss bitch behind the phone all the time.
Alec Baldwin gets fucking offed in a wild way, and then you have
the only trope like rewatching these, and we said it at the beginning of it, and I just didn't think it would continue on through the other movies, is that the bad guy usually has some previous connection to either the boss of MI7 or the CIA, or they made something that, or they got like what's it called? Solomon was he MI?
He was a former MI5,
yes,
but he was disavowed like Ilsa was.
Exactly. So all these things are like, hey, most of these bad guys are people who came from Mission Impossible 4.
Yeah, who came from within.
Yeah, and like just goes to the point where like, hey, this should not be a fucking thing.
Yeah, you think they'd have better protocols at this point. Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, that's the thing. It's like people. The whole thing is like people going like Rogue Nation, like people going rogue. The British government made the syndicate, like Attlee made the syndicate as like a test run thing, pitched it to the prime minister. He was like, absolutely not. That is not cool. I don't want to do that. And then he just did it anyway.
Yes.
And was like, well, we can activate it whenever we want. Like, he'll change his mind and stuff. But then Solomon was like, well, I want to do it. So he leaves and like takes off a few people with him from other governments to make, again, the Rogue Nation, to make the syndicate a real thing and everything. So, but like, you got to have those kind of people with those kind of resources and those like capabilities to like have a believable villain that you can actually like go against, so it makes sense that they're all former like, and it also adds to the whole spy thing, like the like double agent, triple agent, quadruple agent,
whose side are you really on?
Whose side are you really on, can't trust anybody, like all that kind of shit. So I think it makes sense.
6 has the best fight scene out of all Mission Impossible. I will go and say that, even if I'm not watching this next one.
Yeah, there's no way.
Don't think. And here's the thing: if this Final Reckoning Part 2 does have a great fight scene, as great as the bathroom scene with Henry Cavill, Ethan Hunt, and the Asian guy, who's
John Lark. The real John
Lark. Then I'll be happy as fuck, because that bathroom scene
it's the best.
I don't know. It felt like 15 minutes, but I know it was probably only like a 5 minutes.
It's literally like maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
I'll say 5 minutes.
Maybe 5 minutes. Yeah,
because
at most.
There's 2 different phases of it, because like there's like probably like 45 seconds where Ethan gets chill chopped, and then Henry Cavill does this. Like,
dude,
instantly rolls his sleeves up.
So fun fact. He just did that. Henry Cavill just did that because he just wanted to push his sleeves up, and instead of being a normal person, it's Henry Cavill, and he's a fucking badass. So he just punches, and it pulls him up. And they like run the take, and like the director and everybody was like, "What the fuck was that?" And he was like, "Oh, just my sleeves needed to come up." And they're like, "Cool, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna take some shots again. Like we need to get some more stuff. Just do that every fucking time, because that's so fucking sick." So and you punch so hard, it's like you punch the air so hard, it sounds like a gun is being cocked. Like, and he's like, okay, yeah, like he just did that because he was like, yeah, my sleeves were riding up, and like that's not how someone would fight. Like he just does that, and just like like that was in every single trailer building up for that movie. I remember seeing that, and everyone like, because we were like, we gotta go see this.
Exactly.
I think we had seen that trailer, and we were like, I think that was the, not knowing at the time that how amazing that entire scene was. I think we saw the trailer and we were like, that's when we were like, we should rewatch all of them and then go see that one in theaters. Like, so Henry Cavill, the bathroom scene specifically made us watch all of them to go see that one in theaters as soon as possible.
And now we're doing it again.
Because this is the final reckoning, quote unquote. Yeah, appreciate you.
No more yelling at your castmates.
No more yelling at your castmates. But yeah, that bathroom scene is just, it's fucking insane. It's insane how good it is, the choreography of it, and just like the editing of it, just all every single moment of it. But again, it's so little of the entire movie.
Very much so.
But it makes it better than 1, 2. For me, it makes it better than 3. It's better than 4. It's better than 5. It's the best one.
I would say this one is probably 2 for me. And here's the thing: I remember more scenes out of this movie than I can say about any other Mission Impossible film.
Yeah.
I would say the skydiving scene was really great.
Oh, it's so cool.
Henry Cavill once again goes out so fucking cocky, like, who's scared of little lightning, pushes what's called Ethan Hunt out the way.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you're this little punk.
And he's like, hell yeah, it's not little or bad. And he gets struck by lightning.
And he immediately gets zapped, and he's like, now I gotta save this punk.
And then they get to the ground, and like, yo, what's wrong?
Yeah, he's like, what happened? And he's like,
they gives him his oxygen tank and everything.
Yeah.
And then like the last scene where they're in the mountains when they meet Julie again, and that's so beautiful.
That fight scene.
Yeah, that fight scene on the edge of the cliff with the helicopter chase scene too. Also, another part about this movie too that I remember just talking about it is the motorcycle scene when that's how a motorcycle scene should be.
That's how it should be.
Solo and Tom Cruise just going around
just
on
fucking
an old chopper bike. Dude.
Yeah,
it's not
that's what you need.
Not a Japanese bike. Tom Cruise doesn't look good.
No, it doesn't really work.
It's like the Maverick fucking thing. It's like, yo, give him a fucking old school bike.
Yeah, exactly. Give him a Top Gun bike, like, and stuff. That's what he needs.
But yeah, he hijacks a fucking helicopter, and then he proceeds to, while he's running out of gas and all his like lights are coming up and sirens and everything, tell him that he's not, his helicopter's not okay.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Decides to just ram his helicopter into this other one.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it.
Runs it both off a mountain, and they both perfectly wedged right in between it. And dude, my favorite part when like Henry Cavill, it's not, I mean, the part when he gets hooked in, when we'll talk about it, but when he gets like the little oil, like he sprays in his face and burns his face, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, yeah, that's what you get, little bitch.
Yeah, exactly. You're like so happy
that's
about
what
it.
you
Like,
get. Like you
so
fucking
good.
deserve that.
He absolutely deserved that shit, dude. It was so good. Yeah, and then like just probably the most beautiful like location for a fight scene when they're fighting on the mountain and stuff after the helicopter crash, and then they're trying to go up and stuff. Yeah, and they're just, oh, it's so fucking good. And then again, meanwhile, you have these two like dream teams. You have Ilsa and Benji fighting Solomon and going to find one bomb, and then you have Julie and Luther going to find another bomb and stuff. Like, it's cutting back and forth between all of it. Just like the suspense is so fucking good.
It's also like, I will say it's like the most problematic one I have with like the old Mission Impossible, because like, and I guess Rogue Nation, him hitting that bomb at the very last minute, I can see that. Yeah. I like it when it's just him. But the fact that they had to detonate all 3 triggers and the one trigger and both bombs at the exact same time, and they have no type of comms with Ethan to know when he's gonna press the detonation button. Yeah. like that. I just
I mean,
don't understand. I don't understand. And they're like, yo, do we do it on 1 or do we do it on 2?
Yeah,
because they're like 5 seconds late.
Yeah, that is a little like suspension of disbelief on that. Like, how are they doing this exactly? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's like how
I mean, they're just putting blind faith that everybody will be ready to do it at the exact moment, 1 second, at 1 second.
Which is wild to me.
But again, it's also that very cheeky thing that all the Mission Impossibles do, and I love, of like, is it 1 or 2? Is it 1? Do we go on 1 or 2? Like that. Like, I love that. It's like a goofy addition to the suspense and stuff. It's like, you know, they're gonna figure it out, but you're like, in the moment when you're watching it, you're like, it's 1. It's 1. Like, no, like, it's so good.
Very much. If like they end this Sega of Mission Impossible films where they don't win at the very end, I will say
that's what I had said. I had like thought, or I don't know if I had said it out loud, but like I had thought that too. Yeah,
I would be like very happy, and since I guess we're kind of getting done with the fifth one now, they're going to, not the fifth one, the sixth one,
Yeah.
going to the seventh one, is that the entity somehow wins,
Yeah.
or not wins, or it's like kind of like an Ultron. 'Cause that's what I think of the entity.
Yeah.
It's a very Ultron.
It's very
like,
Ultron.
like very AI.
It's giving Ultron.
Yes, very self-aware, very like hard to remove and displease because it is the internet, cyberspace.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, the thing that blew my mind, because I just watched this one like a few days ago for the first time, because I missed it in theaters, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. I was like, I'm just gonna wait.
So you never watched this one?
This is the first time. I've only seen it the one time, and I waited until we were gonna go see this one, or when this one was gonna come out, because I didn't want to have to be like because I knew it was a part one, so I was like, I didn't want to like sit like being like, oh god, I gotta wait like a few years for it to come out and stuff. And I'm glad I did, but it's still pretty. It's the one I obviously know the least about because I've only seen it the once. But with the AI thing, it knows everything. It knows every single outcome and stuff. And it's the scene where Gabriel kills Derlinger or whatever his name is, the CIA top guy. He kills him, and then he turns to Paris and is like, also, you're gonna betray me because Ethan saved your like spared you, so now I have to kill you so that doesn't happen and stuff. Like she probably wouldn't have if he hadn't done that. Yep. It was like, it's like, so that's why it's like the point I'm trying to make is it feels like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy from the AI, so I think they will win, because it's like Gabriel's human like decisions is gonna fuck it up, because he's like, because he, first of all, he did not kill her, he stabbed her in the stomach, which is a slow death, and she's a fucking badass the entire movie. Of course she was gonna be able to survive long enough to help save them and then actually betray.
Yeah, because he tried and when he said at the very end, he goes, when he turns on her, he says, you are going to betray me. Yeah. And you're going to tell Ethan Hunt you did it because he saved you. Yeah.
And it's more so, it's because you betrayed her.
Yes, exactly.
It's very more so, she's like, okay, well, if you're so goddamn positive this is going to happen, you're going to try to kill me right now, then I'm going to do it. So it's like the entity isn't 100% perfect. No, you know what I mean? It's 99.9.
You can't tell human error, and
Gabriel's human error, I think, is what's going to fuck them up in this next one. So I think they're going to win, but it would be crazy if it just did an Ultron thing where it's just around and it's dormant and it's just, but like it's under control. You know what I mean? Like they don't destroy it. It's not like with the bombs, like with the like plutonium and stuff, and like the bombs, they don't cut the bomb off, they don't store the plutonium safe, they don't take the rabbit's foot, whatever the fuck that is, no one will ever know, is destroyed or like anything. It'll still be around, but they just can keep it at bay, kind of a thing. Which could be the launch of, in 5 years when they bring in the young hotshot in, like somebody woke it up, kind of a thing. I don't know.
I would like either the entity wins, but like I don't think it's like a true movie wise win. Yeah, I think it's more of like a long term thing. It's like, hey, they cancel out, all governments go dark, or all big entities get exposed to their bad doings. Or whatever.
It's not a true like black and white like we have won. It's like a we're okay.
Hey,
for now.
Yeah, but the world's crippled because of what I did.
But we have to rebuild. We have to rethink how everything works.
And then the entity's stuck. Yes, and then hey, the reborn of MI6 because hey, we need this Impossible Force because
I'd agree with
this third world party reigned up and took power after all these huge powers lost control.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that.
That's what I would think this movie is going to be. The only thing I know about this movie is what the trailers are shown is that I know that we have, and I had a friend at work who went to go see this, and he was asking about, hey, have we recorded this pod yet for the new one? And I told him no. He goes, you don't have a lot to talk about the action scenes, which I mean,
cool.
Which
I mean, they've been pushing that plane scene, and like I'm super excited to see it, like on the big screen. Obviously,
I want to see what is different because I just the one thing I do like about the Mission Impossible series is it's very fresh, and when I mean fresh, I mean they really don't redo the same scenes twice. They do them in different versions.
Yeah.
Like the Dubai scene where he's climbing up the tower is kind of like the cliff scene in Mission Impossible 7 Dead Reckoning Part 1 is where they're climbing up that cliff. But different stakes, different stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's still like a huge climb.
Most of the stuff has to either do with him diving into something or him climbing up something.
Yeah, or holding on to something.
Yes, exactly.
Or holding on to something for dear life.
Yes.
But again, like Tom Cruise, Scientology notwithstanding, I respect the fuck out of you for these stunts.
Actually,
like they're crazy.
I would say
and
that.
I appreciate you for doing them because they're very fun to see in movie theaters.
Try to think. Okay, so first one has with him going down the elevator, with him trying to get the metro sympathetic thing to get the file.
Yeah, it's the classic on the line kind of thing.
The true Mission Impossible scene. Where
the thing that made
Mission the sweat. When he catches the sweat.
Yeah, that.
The second one, I don't think there's like a true climbing up or climbing down.
The only climbing up is the goddamn opening shot of Ethan Hunt when
he's
free soloing in the
cliff,
and it's just like, wow, this is going on for a long time. It's like this is a long opening scene of him just fucking climbing up.
He's not,
and then the glasses, and he throws them and they explode.
Oh yes.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
The third one, he's falling down the tower when he kind of climbs over from one side to the other side. The fulcrum. The fulcrum.
Yeah.
The fourth one is the Dubai scene.
Fourth one's Dubai climbing up the tallest building in the world. The fifth one is diving into the water thing.
Yes,
and stuff, and then swimming around.
The sixth one's skydiving.
Sixth one is full blown actual real life skydiving.
And a cliff.
And then the newest one, Dead Reckoning. Does he do it? In Dead Reckoning,
he just watched this one.
I know. I don't think so. I don't think he does any crazy jumps up or down.
Oh no, he's holding on to the girl for dear life. That's what we said.
Yeah.
That's climbing up the train.
They're climbing up the train.
Of
course. Climbing up the train at the end. Yeah. So we'll see what happens in this one. If he's going to be up or down or both. That's why 6 is so good. He does both. He does both. He does both in that one. He goes up and down in that one. That's why 6 is the best one. We have solved it. We have solved it. Oh, that does lead to how many times do they say Mission and Impossible?
Okay, so
we'll go 5, 6, and 7.
This is the crazy one.
You said before we started recording you were like you're gonna be mad about this.
5 because 5 you were like Rogue Nation is one of your favorites, and to me honest, it's like not even top.
As of right now, it's at least 2.
They say let's go to Mission first. They say Mission 63 times in Rogue Nation.
Sick.
63 times.
Sick.
And then they say Impossible 29 times.
Okay, so quite a lot.
So false seconds. Only to number 2.
Okay.
The sixth one, they say Mission 12 times, and they only say Impossible 7 times.
Okay. So a lot less.
7, they say Mission 43 times, and they say Impossible 8 times.
Okay. No, that lines up with what I said, because I said the more they say it,
the worse the movie, because the second one says the most.
No, they said the least.
Oh, did they?
They said at the least. It was the opposite.
Oh, so
in the first one, they say it a bunch. They say Mission and Impossible quite a bit, and then the second one is the least they ever say it, and that's the worst one. So that tracks for me. But I do remember I think it's 5 when they're first meeting. Is it when they're meeting Ilsa?
Yes, 5 is the first one with Ilsa. She's in 5, 6, and 7.
Oh no, well I can't. I'm trying to think of the scene where.
Because
they're talking about the
bone doctor comes in and they're trying to get information that's after Ethan gets captured.
No, I know that, but I'm trying to remember because she is MI6, so she knows of the IMF.
Yes,
but there's one of them where they're meeting somebody kind of new, but I don't think it's. It might be. I mean, it might be Grace. Actually, I think it is Grace, where she's like IMF, like we're the IMF, and she's like, "What is that?" And they're like the Impossible Mission Force.
That's 7, but that happened. It's 7, but it happens it's like one of the very few first scenes, and it's Grace isn't in it, and Ilsa's not in it. It's when all the government people and Kittredge and the guy who.
That's what it is. Okay,
yes,
it's the first meeting before he throws the gas. Okay, yeah, and they're like, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like, "It's the impossible mission." And he's like,
"Are you kidding?"
He's like, "Are you joking?" Yeah, he's like, "Are you joking?" I was dying at that. I was like, "That's so fucking funny." I was like, "That's so fucking funny."
And they say something like, "Well, they can infiltrate anybody. They can do things that anybody can't do." And it's like, so we send these boogeymen.
So we send these boogeymen
to go do things that we as ordinary humans can't do. And he goes, yes, and go.
And he goes, yeah, exactly. And he's like, oh, Mr. Kittredge, and he gives him the mask and he throws the shit up.
So the seven one,
is good. Seven is good.
The seven one I saw,
top three.
I saw in theaters, but like it was one of the first movies I saw because COVID it was one of the very first big blockbuster movies that came out after COVID came out. Yeah. So I saw it in theaters, but like that's the only time I watched it, and I really didn't remember anything. But the only thing that stuck out to me was Ethan's with the guy who he's wearing a mask, so he's covering up. The guy who just stands in the back, look like a cuck.
Yeah,
and like I'm like, guys, how do y'all not know this guy's just not like this is the only person in here who's like a butler in the back. And
it is kind of weird. Like he's literally just sitting there, but like he has the clearances and stuff, and like they notice they don't like physically address him coming in, but they like look at him.
Yeah, he like
and
brings,
they're like,
he brings a coffee or tea, and he gives God the mask right before he sets the bomb.
Yeah,
off.
Kittredge, which cool that Kittredge is around. Like cool Kittredge, like popping back up. Because my buddy at work said,
"Is Kittredge from the first one?"
Yeah, Kittredge is the guy in the first one.
From the setup scene where the water comes out and everything.
Yeah, I think. No, that's not Kittredge in that. But Kittredge is in. He's the guy who like told that guy to go do that. Like he's above that guy. Like he's not. Like he's the director, the CIA director, or not director. No, because Derlinger is the director of the CIA in Dead Reckoning, right? Kittredge is involved. He's a high up, but he's in the first one. He's in the first one for sure. And so that when he showed up, I was like, oh hell yeah! And a coworker of mine, who saw it like opening night, he said there's a lot of cool like callbacks and like people like
I would think
relevant stuff to old ones. That's like kind of cool.
And that's one thing I will say probably about this one is probably about the budget's a little bit higher too. Is like I think they probably do like a lot of like callbacks, old characters, the people who are still alive. Unfortunately, Jeremy Renner probably be in this one.
Yeah,
like he's still alive. They didn't kill him.
He never died, so it makes sense.
We'll
for him
probably
to be
see
around.
what's it called? What's the guy's name? He's in the Matrix.
Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah,
yes,
he'll probably be in
God,
there.
he was so good.
I hope we see Julie again, dude. She's like one of my favorite characters.
Have to see Julie again. Literally have to see Julie again.
Because the entity has to know that hey, they were husband and wife. Because if Solomon knows that, then definitely the entity
if Solomon knew that and fucking so then Henry Cavill could know that.
Yes.
Of course the entity knows that.
Yes, exactly. So like, it has to be like at least not public knowledge, but like at least deep black market knowledge.
It's known. It's written down somewhere online. There's somewhere it's online where it could get to.
Yes, that way you can find out where she is and get her on some type of assignment. Exploring the ice and the water contamination out there.
Doing some kind of good cause shit that gets her out there.
And it makes Ethan choose again between Grace and Ilsa. Okay, so that's the one thing.
Also, Ilsa dying. Can we talk about that?
Because let's go back.
Because he was like, one of them's gonna die, and I was like, don't get me wrong, I'm loving Grace, the character. Yeah. Haley Atwell's amazing, but like Ilsa, I know her. Well, we love her. We stand her.
This is the one thing I will never understand about like Ethan on this one, and about the sixth one. I guess no, it's the seventh one. Is that he has to make a decision? Like it's no choice. Grace and all of seven until the very fucking end, like is choosing herself every single time. Like Ethan is saving her ass. The car scene, the plane scene, like when she's taking what's it called, everything, every scene. Ethan is saving her. She's
actively going out of her way to not be involved
and run, dude.
Running the fuck away.
When Ilsa is a down bad girl, as soon as Ilsa saw that Ethan was coming to get her through the little Morse code kind of flashlight thing, dude. I was like, and she instantly went to protect mode. Bang, 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 bang.
In the desert and shit. When they first meet and shit, and like he's like, it's me. She's a mate. Like when she's like pretending to be dead and stuff, she's like, oh sick, pop, and then they're like, yeah, we're gonna frame your death, so the bounty's done. I'm gonna tell everybody, and she's like, I believe you. But then she comes and sticks her neck out and comes and picks him up. in fucking Venice when all the shit goes down.
Yes.
You know, and then they have that cute little moment on the scene where they're sitting there. And she's
when
like,
he told her you stay dead, and like she can't because she cares.
No, but they have that cute scene where they're just sitting there like looking over Venice like before shit goes down again, as it always does in these movies. And she's like, "It's my first time in Venice," and he's like, "You know what? Me too." And they like hug. And
they go to the little party. They go to a little party scene on a little boat,
and then they have a little party. Like, oh come on! And she's like holding his hand. Yeah. She's like.
They definitely have feelings for each other. I will
know.
Say,
and it's just like, but he's like, oh, but like, gotta save Grace. It is frustrating. It is frustrating.
Ethan got a weakness. He got a crush. them little fucking bitches, them little thieving bitches from 2 and 7, dude. They be cucking it, man. Dude. They do. They got that man whipped.
He was head over heels for Thandie Newton. Yes. And 2 immediately like, oh, you a thief?
It's a thief. Let me save you.
Oh yeah, he's very much
baby girl.
He is very much a Batman looking for his Catwoman. Like, he's like, I like a girl who's a little bit gray morally. Like, I need her to be like mostly doing good stuff, but if she steals some shit every once in a while, and I have to like catch her, that's hot. It's a kink, dude. It's a fucking kink for him, dude. He goes,
I would never let anything happen to you. And then Gabriel was like, yo, he'll say that to you.
Yeah,
but it's not gonna work. Also, I hope
it's crazy.
In 8, they do flesh into why Gabriel killed Ethan's first.
I need some more backstory because this is definitely the first time we've ever heard.
Yes, of
that he was doing some
like life before MIA.
Yeah, he's doing some not cool shit.
Yes,
like they were like, it's like when a really good hacker like breaks into the FBI or CIA like in real life, and they're like, hey, we caught you. You can go to prison, or you can get a job, and you can do that for us for good. Like it's like that's a real thing, and like so. What was he doing? What fucking shit was he doing? I need more of that.
I need to know why. And where has he been the past 20 fucking years?
Yeah, I need to know what his skills are that he was developing to do what that like got him caught, because his true love at that moment, probably a thief. Oh my god, that's what it is. Holy shit. We're breaking the code. Exactly. We're seeing the Matrix right now. Holy shit.
Do we not need to go watch this movie?
We don't even need to watch this movie. All right, so we're going to talk about Final Reckoning right now because we know this movie. At this point, dude, the Entity is going to be a gray ending, like where it's not black and white good. Like they don't just save the world, they save the world for now. Like but yeah, I need to see more of it. Yes. I need to see more of it because I'm so curious, like, because Ethan Hunt using his skills for his own selfish gain, I can't imagine trying to stop him. The only thing that could stop him is love.
You wouldn't be able to stop him. I mean, besides like, yeah, I mean, a man got a nut every once in a while, but like,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Other than that, like,
yeah,
I don't think there's nothing Ethan can't do. I mean, I would say the one area that he lacks in, probably the more than other characters we've seen in Mission Impossible movies, is his hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah,
like he's very good at espionage.
Oh yeah, he's very good at espionage and doing the like secret, covert, like you never knew I was here.
And a really good driver and a really good, good machine tech.
And boy, can that boy run?
That motherfucker!
Can that motherfucker run?
When like.
This Dead Reckoning running scene.
So the incident, that's where
insane.
The Entity, when he finally kind of like, and I guess that's why he had Benji unlock the code in 7, so that way he can get his voice.
Oh yeah, it wanted to be like, and so it could be like your friends. Like you wanted to know that
exactly.
And stuff. Like and get his code.
But when they realized that Ethan's on a rabbit hole the wrong way, and Grace and Ilsa Faust are fighting Gabriel at that point, and he finds it out. He's once again, I guess he just has like a photographic memory of every fucking city that's in the world.
Probably
never been to Venice, but guess what?
Well, he was relying on Benji looking at a map, being like, he's like, I see her, like which way she turn and stuff, like left, right. Yeah, but then the voice takes the Entity takes over, and it's like right, no wait, left, no wait, no, and like finally they're like, Ethan.
Another thing, and I guess
so that running scene, his running
too deep into like an action movie film that's just like purely on like, hey, you need to watch this, not think too much. But
no, dude, we literally have recorded probably like 4 hours of content already on this being the 4th, and then we're gonna do another hour later. So please,
but why in the world, if they know this guy thrives in technology and hacking, why would they trust comms that someone can hack?
I don't know. It is
tech. Like you think like when I find out, hey, there's some cybersecurity shit out there that I cannot use.
Yeah.
I'll be like the most low tech operations I possibly can.
It is weird. So they do eventually figure it out once the Benji thing happens, and they go to
the little kind of frequency.
Luther's, it's like, okay, this is radio frequencies, analog, and then Luther's like, good luck, I gotta go. I gotta go completely off the grid and focus so I can do what I can to try to like stop it from this angle.
Yes.
And stuff. So they do figure it out and like do finally do that, but it does seem, in my opinion, it seems to take them a little too long.
Yeah, to realize that, hey,
they really take a long time. And I honestly thought, I'm kind of surprised that so Luther's gone. So then Benji for the train, Ethan's riding the motorcycle, and then he does the fucking cool.
Are you talking about the car? Yes.
He gets in the self-driving car, and I was like, Benji's about to die.
Okay, so
I was like, Benji is about to fucking die, and Justin has been lying to me for years, not telling me. Like, you've been keeping the most important secret ever from me, that Benji dies because it's gonna it's gonna take over the car.
Because it's going over to the mountainside.
Yeah, and that's a real life thing that people are worried about, and people can do and have done with self-driving cars in our world today, where you can hack into them and make them go wherever you want.
Exactly,
and I was like, there's no fucking way it can't do that.
Well, because
like I can't.
I seen the movie and I instantly thought that was what happened. I thought that Benji had died in that scene, and that's how
I thought he was done, dude.
It ends with Ethan
only. It's
like getting parachuted away because I know he gets away. I knew he got away.
Ethan and Grace.
Yes,
and that's it. And Luther off the grid, and that's it. Like also, everybody else is dead.
I know this is like only a one parachute person, but like Ethan could have made that work.
He could have, but there was no reason to, because he knew at that point that Grace was gonna, Kate Ridge was fine, and she was gonna be like, I accept the mission. And Kate Ridge was gonna be like, okay, because the way that she did such a good job duping him, being the White Widow.
Yes.
You know, like, so I think it made sense because Ethan had to go. Yes. He absolutely had to leave. So I think it makes sense.
He had the key.
He had the key, and he had to go.
They had to get the key off the train.
Exactly. And so I think I'm okay with that part. I'm not okay with, and I have major questions of like, how the fuck did the entity not get Benji's car and drive him off the road? Because it's literally him sitting there, and like for a moment, especially because he gets in there, he puts it on like self-drive, and he sits on the other seat, and then he looks over at it, and then he puts his seatbelt on. And I'm like, if there's never been more clear foreshadowing in a movie that I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, there's no fucking way. And like, and he's using a computer and stuff, and like, obviously the entity like doesn't immediately know as soon as like certain people like log in and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like all knowing of like, oh, this person's online now, I have to like do. So like, I mean, you can give it a little bit of leeway of that, because like they were halfway through the mission with the party before it took over Benji's voice and like was able to like locate, and like it's going through the entire world of like technology to like do, but like, you know, it's focused. It knows that they're going to try to get on the train. So why wouldn't it be looking for stuff it can get? I don't know.
That's why
suspension of disbelief. The movie's good. I enjoyed it. It's way better than 2. Nothing will ever be as bad as 2. But that did really blow my mind. I was like, how is this car? How is there not like 2 minutes of Benji having to take control of the car and being like, oh shit, no, I need to stay in the car and I have to do this like this, and I have to like struggle to do this, because Benji was just chilling.
Yeah, he's chilling
like,
the whole time.
And I was like, I need a little like and it would totally make sense for like how suspenseful these movies are in that moment. Again, going back to 6, like with like they're doing the bombs and he's fighting Henry Cavill and stuff, and they have to perfectly time the like the sequencing and stuff of him like going in there. The car starts to deviate, and then he's like, nope. And he's like, fuck that, turns it off, and it's like, okay, I have control of the car again, kind of a thing. I don't know.
I would say, and if I'm gonna rank all the movies over again from now we watch the first 7 again,
right?
Because even I'll be able to rank the next one.
At this point, we should wrap this one up since we're going to the movies soon.
So I think it's 3. I think it's 6. 1, 4, 7, 5, and 2.
7, 5, 2. Wow, 7 that low.
I think 4 and 7. I think Ghost Protocol and Dead Reckoning Part 1 are very similar. I think 7. I think actually I put 7 before I put 4.
Okay.
I think 5. I just didn't enjoy it that much. I think it had great scenes. I think it had some the most. I think they put a lot of their budget into a very few scenes, but I just didn't think it flowed well.
Sure.
Also, I think Jeremy Renner fucking ruined that movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Alec Baldwin character I just wasn't in love with. And you don't really get true Alec Baldwin appreciation until the sixth one.
Yeah, that's when he really peaks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you have the 5th one to fall back on, but
yeah, true.
I just think the 5th one is a beta clone test run for the 6th one.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get that. I would say for me it's 6. Then I would probably put, honestly, right now. It may be because it's the newest one, but I would put 7 at number 2 for me, just because I did really enjoy it. It was a long fucking movie.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was like, 7 felt how long it was.
I felt how long it was, and it wasn't even a complete story, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like I started at 8:30 last night, and I
I watched it. It
11:15, 11.
I watched it Wednesday night, and I had I didn't watch it till late. It was 11 o'clock, and it was almost 1 a.m. when I finally got done with it. And I was wasn't upset about it, even though it wasn't a full story. I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see the continuing story here in a little bit. So
I think it was a lot more enjoyable knowing that it was one of the 2.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it too. Because I mean, one of my favorite sci-fi movies is Dune Part 1 and 2, the entire 4 hours.
Yes.
So maybe I'll feel my favorite one is 7 and 8, the Reckoning. So maybe I'm hoping that'll be the case, depending on how this one goes. So 6, 7, then I would say probably. Honestly, for me, I would probably say 1, because 1 is because it's the 90s, and it's De Palma as the director, the old school espionage aesthetic of the movie, and the way the movie is edited, the cinematography and stuff, I just really jive with that, and I'm this feels like a 80s, 70s.
You switched up 1 and 3 because I think last time.
I'm switching a little bit. Then 3.
Okay.
Because 3 is it's just classic mid-aughts action in the best way. The cinematography, the fucking the color grading of those super fucking fuzzy scenes and stuff is so classic aughts action thriller. Philip Seymour Hoffman, R.I.P. Absolutely horrifying. Don't even know what the thing does, and I'm still so scared of him and his plan.
Yeah, having to wrap it.
It's so good, and then we get Julie in there, absolutely incredible. Then I would say 5. Then I would say 4, and then I would say 2. Yeah, 2 is at the bottom. 2 is obviously at the bottom. Ghost Protocol was fun, but I was there's better.
Besides the Dubai scene, you really don't get much.
Him running away from the sandstorm.
Yes, the sandstorm, and
that's probably the best running scene. Yes. So that obviously is great. And then the whole and everything in the Dubai scene with climbing the wall, and then the mask not working, just having to go in blind and stuff, all that feels good and it's really fun. The
mission accomplished.
Exactly. And then she kicks that bitch out the window and stuff, and the whole fight. It's that's a very human element of it, she's well, what the fuck was I supposed to do? She was trying to throw me out the window, and they're you have a personal thing against her, and she's I do, but
oh, no,
come on, dude.
Needs to be revealed.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Shit! I've been compromised.
Abort!
Abort!
All right, you've been disavowed. You've been disavowed. All right, well. This episode's got to end because we got to go.
We gotta go watch a movie.
We gotta go watch this movie, and this motherfucker's been disavowed.
Exactly.
All right, cut.